What's going on, guys? I hope you're all doing very well. Thank you for joining me again on another Fiesta video. So we're going to be doing a little bit more interior modification today, but before we do get into today's video, remember, if you are new to the channel, subscribe at the bottom, and while you're there, click the bell notification button. That just lets you know when I upload my new videos, and also don't forget, give it a thumbs up as well. And follow me on Instagram, which is AJ Focus, should all be at the bottom. And also, if you really enjoy videos like this and you enjoy the unboxing videos and you want to see more like that and more content like this, you can now be a supporter and join the Patreon group. It's patreon.com/AJ Focus, and on there you get early access on pictures, behind the scenes, and all the parts that I buy. And literally 100% goes back into the channel, because today's video wouldn't be possible if not for the supporters. So I want to thank everyone who is supporting the channel, and like I said, if you want to get involved, I will appreciate that very, very much. So yeah, let's get on to today's video. Here she is, back at it. I've been a bit off for a while, doing anything with the car, just having a bit of a break really from doing anything. Just been enjoying it and enjoying this weather. It is, believe it or not, you know, it's cloudy, overcast. It is incredibly hot today. I think it's around about 30 degrees today, so yeah, it is absolutely sweltering out here, even though the clouds are over us. I can't begin to explain on how hot it is today, but you're not here for me to discuss about the weather. We're going to be installing, you would have seen the unboxing video, if not it would be linked at the top, and yeah, the boost gauge and the adapter. Now I won't be piping up the boost gauge today because I need to wait for something to tell it to work, but I will be wiring it up, I will be putting it into place today and all that stuff. I won't be gluing it in there permanently for now, because I do need to get back in there to wire up the vacuum hose, but that's for another video. Today it's just showing you how to install it, and yeah, I know this video will be appreciated by all the guys who have TDCi Fiestas and they want to do this, because there are a lot of people talking about it on forums, but not enough the videos out there. Well, from what I found anyway, none, zilch, no videos out there showing how to do this. Now, should be quite straightforward today. So tools wise anyway, for now we're going to just need some tool remover tools like these, and we're going to need some crimps, some extra wiring maybe, and maybe some crimp ends and things like that, just to wire things up. The more we dive into it, the more I will bring out to show you what else you will need. So let's get to it. Don't forget, guys, not only can you go on Patreon and support the channel, but why not grab an AJ Focus or an STRS Legends key tag? They look like this, and we have interchangeable fabrics now, so you don't want a black fabric, you can have other colours. We've got blue, red, green, pink, and I think there's another colour, yellow I think there is. Yeah, so support your channel as well, so grab the key tags. Right, first thing first we're going to do is, I'm going to move that out of the way so it doesn't reflect on the camera. Got the sun blind up because, like I said, it's been absolutely boiling hot today. Right, I am thinking about putting the gauge in here. I was going to think about putting it in the middle vent here, but it was a bit too high, and if I put it here, it'd be easier to wire up to the lights because the wires ain't got far to go. So we need to get out this vent out of this pod somehow, and then we're going to need to take out the headlights in a minute, the I don't know what you call this thing, but yeah, we need to pop this out as well so we can get to the wiring at the back, and we need to get a multimeter as well so we can find out which one is the side lights and the actual main lights. And yeah, so first things first though, like I said, we're going to need to get this vent off. So we're going to need to, behind here there are, I think there's 4 clips that go around the outside, but this dashboard is quite squidgy and soft. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but yeah, it is quite flimsy, so you might be able to get a bit of tool removal kit in there and just slowly pry this out. It's a pain in the ass. Ah. Oh, I got that bit out. Jesus. Ah, I see it. Alright. So, pick up on camera. There's a tab there. The tab up in that corner. Should be one down there and one over there. So there's 4 tabs in there. There. So you pull up. Go. They're a nightmare. Stupid. Stupid design. But I guess it's easy because it just slips into place. You ain't got to screw it in or anything like that. But I guess it's a pretty good design then. Let me try and get the rest of this out quickly. Jesus, I done it. Got it out. Oh, bloody hell. Oh, so it's not 4 tabs, it's 3. Alright. 1, 2, and 3. What happens is inside here they sit behind this ridge here. Now I took the light bezel out, as you can see. That's easy to get out. You just get your hand up behind here, and there's 2 squeeze things on there. A bit tight, and then it's just simply a plug on the back. Just squeeze up, button down, pops off. Done. Just put it to one side for now. And while I was under here getting my hands, as you can see, there's a slight little gap behind it, so you can push the tabs up if you can try. On this piece, you might be able to push them in with your fingers. You have to turn it to get each one, and as you're turning it, pulling it on it at the same time. So you're twisting with one hand, pulling, and then pushing the tabs in with the other. Okay then guys, so I've managed to just test fit. It's not actually glued in or anything just yet. So that's what it's going to look like. But the only problem is, right, I couldn't get this piece to go back inside there once that outer piece wouldn't fit inside this. It's a little bit too big, and I don't really want to sand this down, this piece here, or sand that bit down. So it's going to have to stay without this piece here to do anything. So I'm going to keep this anyway, because obviously just in case I want to put it back to stock. Yeah, I thought about sanding it down. I was like, nah, you know what, just in case. I don't really want to do that. Which is alright though, because it can still vent air. It doesn't obviously turn now. So yeah, I'm going to have it like that, and now we just need to do the wire inside. Well, that's glued in there, well, that's drying. As you can see, I've put in a few of them in the corners, and then a little bit around the inner edge as well. Just going to let that dry a little bit longer. I'm going to move on to the next thing now, it's a bit of wiring. Now for this you're going to need a multimeter, and you're going to need some crimping tools, and then you're going to just need, for your multimeter, you're going to need to obviously plug in your light bezel and then turn your lights on and off, so then you know which one sends signal to this. And obviously I want it in blue for daytime and red for nighttime, because it's a little bit darker then. And so we also need to look at the wiring diagram on how to get that to go blue during the day and red at night. So let's look at the diagram and then find out where the power is. Alright then guys, so I'll just finish wiring it all up. Jesus, that's about like 40 minutes to an hour later I think, something like that. Yeah, that's why I don't like doing wiring. I'm just putting it all back together now. So, if you want to do this yourselves, and you're wondering where all the power comes from, so on the back of the, on the back here, your ignition's the other side, so you turn your key on, it sends power to this, and that's how your engine comes on. So you can see I've black taped this part here, this is all soldered in. So it's the second one in, not this black one, but the second one in, the light coloured one. So it's again, it's like a green or doesn't help that I'm colourblind. See, kicking in. Yeah, the second one in is ignition power for this. So I've wired the 2 reds to that. As you can see, one red, second red goes down there. Alright, and then underneath here, I've grounded up there, there's a ground there. And then I've grounded the black one for the gauge over there. And then, when you come in here, the wires for the lighting in there to change colour. Obviously blue time for daytime and red for night. So I've gone orange in there, as you can see, next to the multicoloured one. So the second to the last there, and then what you can see where the white goes to second, the first one down there, sorry. So the two end ones, nothing to do with this side, just this side. So look at it like that, and like that. Alright, and that is it. And then you turn on your ignition. Ignition's on. And then that's daytime, and that's for night time. Nice. Brilliant. Win-win. So yeah, that's how sort of easy-ish it is. Well, I'm not the best at wiring. Probably could do it a little bit better than this. But yeah, that's how you can get your gauges working here. And then I come down here, put the little nipple thing. I put it onto this bracket here. There's a screw under there. I just undone the screw for this bracket and holds this electronic panel on, and then screwed on the nipple here up through there. Put that on there. Put the little air filter in between. That's just going to sit down there somewhere, so it's easy to get to. And then just at the back there's a grommet there. I can go through the firewall into the engine for this to go into the vacuum hose, but we have to do that on another video, guys, because I don't have the part for this to work yet. So I just wanted to get it in today and get it all wired in ready, so then I don't have to do that later on. But yeah, there we go then. Cool, that took longer than it really should have done, but like I said, I'm not very good at wiring. Well, I'm okay at it, but I just don't feel comfortable doing it sometimes. But I've done it, so I'm going to put all this back together now, and then go out later and see what it's like. Well, go out later and drive around with it on. It won't be able to show me anything, not yet. Right guys, sorry about that. What's going on? So I've redone this part again. Now I've got the other part installed on the engine. I will show you in a little while. Hopefully it might stop rain or slow down, so I can show you what I've done to the vacuum hose where I put it on a diesel, a FIESTA MK6. So obviously the gauge is in there, as you can see. Oh, not even put it on. Anyway, yeah, so I've just been out here rewiring again because I was going through this the other day in my head. And the diagram just stayed with me for some reason, and I was like, I've got the vacuum hose installed, so the vacuum hose that goes into the boost sensor filter into, not the boost line, but it go into the hot side boost pipe coming out the turbo. So that would be the turbo on this side. Right, so anyway, enough about that, because it was just going through my head. I was like, green and the green don't go to ground. Then I looked at the diagram again, and the way they've overlapped, obviously, the black lines, it just made it look like the green went with the black. But then again, I looked at it, I was like, no, that can't be right. This is why I don't do wiring, guys. But I've gone through it in my head, and I was like, it's got to be the green. Something's got to be wrong with the green. So I've just looked at it again. I'm like, idiot, because this makes sense. Green comes out of the gauge, as you can see. Green comes out the gauge, and then the green comes out of the boost sensor, and then they connect together in the middle. So that's what it's telling you, obviously. It's clearly right in front of me. I was just having a moment of, I don't know, going senile, I guess, or yep. And then obviously black goes to black for ground, and red goes to red for power, and then it's basically just the two coloured ones up here, orange and white, that needs just your colours over here. So the orange and white for now don't really mean anything. It's the green, black and red is what you need to focus on. These could be just having a, like I said, a moment of madness, and I've just, yeah, it went through my head and I was like, okay, I need to redo it again. So, coming out here, this is how dedicated I am, in the pouring rain. And I've just taken the dashboard apart again. And, yep. And I've just finished wiring it up. So now, I'm going to show you how you wire in a boost gauge properly now to the MK6 Fiesta. This is also 6.5 Fiestas as well. I think this works for any diesel Ford, so as long as you just get power, ground and the wiring right for the gauge to read whatever it needs to read inside the engine, because diesels work differently from a petrol. So this is how we're going to do it. Alright, so here we go. Also, I'd like to apologise if you've got this far in the video and you've watched that part of me showing you how, still go by that, but this is why I don't do wiring, guys. I'm not the best at it, so this isn't a really how-to, this is just showing you how you can do it, but yeah, I don't know how you want to do it. But anyway, I've got the two reds here, okay, so they're coming up from behind the dashboard from the gauge. One comes from the gauge, which I think is this one, and then the thin red one comes from the boost sensor. And I've tapped into the, as you remember, this sensor here for the ignition. So when I turn the ignition on, it all becomes live directly to the gauge. So if I put the ignition on, don't forget guys, you can still get your AJ Focus key tags. Okay, I'll put the ignition on. So ignition's on. Make sure the radio doesn't come on. Right, so now that's all got power. That's got power now, so that will come on. There we go, so it's reading, so it's on. I'll get a red for night time. So that is on, so that has direct power now. So we'll turn it off again. Good, so you've wired your two reds now to get power, right? You can tap them both together so they can both work off the same power unit. That's what I've done. It's one of the wires in here, I think it's this one here. Both of them tap into the same wire. So then it's constantly getting power when the ignition is on, not when I'm static, because now the key's not in, the ignition's not on, so it won't come on. So, moving on down. It's a bit of a mess for now. I'm about to tidy it up. I've got all the stuff I'm going to need. I've got a heat shrink, I've got a lighter to mount it, I've got black tape, I've even got some nice, I'm going to make the wiring it nice and neat, put this stuff around it, wrap around it to stop it from chafing on anything under there, and just neaten it all up so it looks out of the way. So, like I said, it's a bit I'm just testing for now. So, here's the two greens. So, the green, it comes out the boost solenoid, which is this one here. Is this. The little short green one connects to the long green one from the boost gauge. Alright? So, when you get a long green one from the boost gauge, it goes directly to the boost solenoid, alright? Right, okay, good. Got that. So, the black, it's not in there, it's placed yet. I need to redo this again in a second, so don't judge me on this just yet. It's just what I'm testing. The black then goes to ground. So I just found a point on the steering column up here, grounded it. And then there is also another ground over there. You can just about see it. For that ground is for the boost gauge up there. And then this ground is for the boost sensor. So now they're both grounded. So that's what you need to do. And like I said, the two greens just go together like that. And that is it. You've got your power from up on your steering column. You grounded them both here. And then it's sending power directly through to the two greens up to the boost gauge. Right, next thing you need to do is obviously wire up, well, tube up, or however you want to call it. Vacuum up your hoses, sorry, here we go. So as you can see, I've got the vacuum hose clamped on. I need to go a bit further down, but that's as far as I can get it for now. Just testing again. And then at the back there, you can just about see it. That's the little air filter for the sensor as well. Just stop any of that crap coming through, because it is directly tapped into the boost pipe, and you don't really want any oil or any debris coming through the vacuum hose line and blocking up the sensor because it gives false reading. Alright. And then I just don't, when you cable tie your vacuum hoses loosely, I mean on the nipples, do them as tight as you can, but if you just want it out of the way, stop it from moving around, just lightly. You don't want to pinch. Don't pinch the vacuum hoses. You don't want to squeeze the hoses. You want them just. You want the cable ties loosely on there, just to hold it into place. All right. But if you've got a Fiesta and you're wondering where can I tap through the firewall, you can see it there. So as you can see, I'm going through that little grommet there, and that goes directly up under the brake servo and the brakes was it reservoir, you know, where you fill out your brake fluid. So that goes directly underneath that. You need to feed quite a lot of vacuum hose through there to actually see it pop up through in the engine. All right, and I think the rain's starting to slow down, so I'm going to jump outside quickly and show you where the vacuum hoses go. That is it for the inside. Then you just tidy up your wire and then put all your dashboard back together. Alright, so there's your brake reservoir and there's your brake servo down there. As you can see, the vacuum hose goes. See, I've just put a loose cable tie on here again just to hold it in place. You can just about see it. Goes down. Right, you can't see it's dark, but it goes right down underneath there. And then I'll just come up the engine underneath here, around, loosely cable tied on here again. And I've tapped into a boost line. This is a boost pipe coming out the back of the turbo. Unfortunately, the gauges won't work off a vacuum hose like these. They won't work. I did try to see if it would, but it doesn't. It's true. You need a nipple like this and tap into this side is the hot side, cold side. So yeah, I thought I'd do it here at an angle, so as it sends pressure through, it hits it immediately before it continues its journey. So that's now going to send vacuum all the way along into the engine. I will neaten this up later on and hide it all, but for now it's just there it is. So that's how you do that then, guys. So yeah, I'm going to let the video continue to roll now, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Alright guys, so it's working. Sturdy. I'm just glad it works. That's awesome. I'm chuffed with that. It holds it steady all the way through the it's about 3,500 RPM then as well. So about 12 PSI. There we go, done. But if you enjoyed it, if you enjoyed today's video, guys, remember, give it a thumbs up. Remember, if you're new to the channel, subscribe and like. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook as AJ Focus. And if you enjoy videos like this and you want to see more, remember, you can be part of the channel now. You can support the channel. Go into patreon.com/AJ Focus, and yeah, you get to see early videos, behind the scenes, and other exclusive content only for patrons. And then the more you guys come on my Patreon, then you can get your names added to the end of each of my video. But yeah, that's that then, guys. I'm going to enjoy this very, very soon, and I enjoyed sort of doing it today. And yeah, there we go then, guys. Cool, I like that. I'll see you guys soon.